Welcome back to Eric's Drink Whiskey. Miller here.
Simpson here.
And we are together again.
I'm glad to see you.
I'm happy to be here.
Eric and I have decided to start having these little whiskey summits where since, we're about 4 hours away, we get a little tired of the StreamYard, so we're going to do a little side-by-side and get her done.
So what we're doing today,
Tomorrow,
is something we've kind of batted around for a long time. We like to talk smack about certain labels that have a little more hype than others, two of which are present here. And what we're going to do is...
Actually, technically. Oh, yeah, two. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So what we're going to do here is a 10-year old bourbon blind showdown, if you will.
Parameters of that is I'm going to pour Eric's pours, he's going to pour mine, and we're going to dive through each and every one of them. They're not going to be in the same order, and then we'll just kind of go towards the end of it. We're going to see which one, we're not going to guess which one was which. We're just going to guess which one we like the best, which one we like the least.
And then pull back the curtain and see what we're dealing with.
Yep.
Now, we've talked about it on the show a little bit. For those of you who don't know or aren't familiar enough, there's 4 prominent 10-year age-stated products on the market, and we've got them all here.
Fair to say.
Starting with the most notorious is Buffalo Trace's Eagle Rare.
Yep.
10-year. Nice, sexy, clear bottle. This comes in at a whopping 90 proof, like most of Buffalo Trace's stuff. Retails about $35 if you can find it at that.
But that's a normal that's a normal retail.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
The cheapest I've ever seen was $29.99, but that was at a Walmart. But look, $35 is normal.
The second most infamous is Henry McKenna Bottled in Bond. This is a Heaven Hill single barrel bottled in bond product, age stated 10 years. This is another one that several years ago you could find easily at, again, $35. They've since upped retail to $39.99, but it's not uncommon to see it at mom and pop stores marked up above $100.
I've seen it at 80. I've seen it at 100. It's you can thank a certain FM writer for that. But and two, that is a single barrel product, as you said. So we are, we're going to take that into account. Of it's not every single barrel is going to be the same compared to these 3 blends.
Now, the other thing with a single barrel too. Now, this isn't a store pick, so there's going to kind of be a checklist that the folks at Heaven Hill were following when they bottled these particular expressions of McKenna. So there's not going to be a lot of deviation from bottle to bottle if you're getting different barrels, but just know that there could be subtle variations. Now, our 2 dark horses in this fight, I'll start here right next to me. This is Bulleit 10-year. I've been a big fan of Bulleit. They're a high rye bourbon.
I know why.
Eric knows why. Rumor is that they're sourced from one of my favorite distilleries. I think it's got a really cool bottle, a really cool vibe. But this is their 10-year small batch product. Again, this one, I think it was about $35, $40.
It just screams Western.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you slug that down before the guy cuts your leg open to suck the snake venom out or something like that. And then I'll let you introduce our last contender.
So my favorite of this group, until we blind myself and figure it out, is Russell's 10. So this is coming out of the Wild Turkey Distillery. This is a 90 proof 10-year-old product in their Russell's line that they have. There is, quote unquote older whiskey, as they say, but also this is $32. You go to mom and pop store, it's probably $35 to $39. Either way, you can usually find it. And the reason mom and pop stores don't have this is not because it's being bought up. It's just to get this, you have to buy certain lines of
Certain
regular,
amount of other stuff, yeah.
regular Russells, but usually $32.
So what we're going to do now is Eric and I are going to pour the samples for each other and do a little cup trick with them to jumble them up. And thanks to the magic of video, you're not going to have to sit through watching that painfully awkward process that I'm sure is just going to be a disaster. So when we come back, we'll have some samples lined up and ready to go.
Welcome back.
We are back.
Almost had an accident.
It was as awkward and as a disaster as we anticipated it to be. So Eric doesn't know what order these are in. I have no idea what order those are in. So we're going to switch them. So he's got a fancy flight board. I will say, if you are a loved one, enjoys bourbon and need a gift idea, these make awesome gift ideas. Actually, for Christmas, I think I featured it in my Knob Creek video. My wife got me a nice one made from half of a barrel head, routed out perfectly for a Glencairn like this. This one obviously came from our friend Railroad 101, but they're really cool. Just a plug for flight boards. So
I'm ready to dive in.
Here we go.
Start my right or our right to the left.
Works for me.
All right.
So yeah, let's jump in.
The nose and the taste will tell. Well, that's got a rich cherry note.
Like a rich, thick, sweet. I'd second the cherry. I wonder what the chances are we put the same one as our first one.
I don't know. I lost count when I was switching them up like an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a dark molasses cherry. Lots of brown sugar.
This one smells like a cherry cream soda.
I think I know what this one is. Boy, that's tannicky. That nose was deceiving.
It was like I thought I knew what it was, and it was like sweet, and then it was like, hey, I'm gonna be black pepper now. That
note, the nose on mine, I thought I knew exactly what it was, and then that did not taste like it.
Odd. So while we're doing this, we really want to show folks that, yes, these are some heavily sought after bottles that you're not going to find everywhere. And if you do find, they're going to be marked up to hell and back. But they may not be the best 10-year bourbon out there. Now, again, this is our subjective taste, and we're putting these against each other. There's a lot of variables in there, but that's just, we wanted to see for ourselves what came out on top. So.
Yep. All right, next one.
This is a much like brighter. Get a little bit of like smoke on there.
Mine's more similar to the first one, not as punchy. This was like, if the first one was like cherry soda, this is like cherry liqueur. Liqueur. Like the faint hint of liqueur. Like it's just not as strong there. Still cherries though.
Kind of like orangey too.
Oh. Ooh.
I get a little bit more like
that one bit me back there. Damn.
Rye spice on the front of my tongue. Much more even experience. Not as thin feel. Not that weird black pepper. Actually, this was just a good drinking bourbon.
Well, that was interesting. So that was like, it was very thin on like the forefront of the palate, and then like shot like a head of spice on the back taste buds there. It was a sneaky one. trying to fight through my acid reflux from my pizza.
This one doesn't nose very strong. Like there's not a lot of
Still number 2?
No, I'm going to number 3. Sorry. No, you're fine.
Okay, sorry.
You just take your time. We ain't racing. This again, it's not a strong nose. Let's see if I can fluff some of that up. It's like if you walked into a room where there'd been burnt sugar, like if somebody just got done like torching the top of like a creme brulee or something like that. A little bit of brightness now, a little vanilla.
Oh, I think I know what this is. All right, I've had cherries for the first 2. This one is fruity, and like pears, fresh cut pears, like red delicious apples. God, if this tastes like what I think it is.
So this one for me it was nice and sweet.
Son of a bitch.
But it was super oaky, like musty wood, toothpicky almost, with some char on it.
These nose and tastings are completely flip-flop. Like I don't, obviously I know what they are, but we don't know what they are. I am like getting the complete opposite of what it smells like.
and that's, I don't know if that's just because we're walking in with these notions, or if with a 10-year-old bourbon, the nose is one thing because it's got those, oak congeners and things in it. But then the flavor is another because it has been sitting in a barrel for 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because, this one was super oaky.
This one was like musty fruit on the back end, but it was like musty fruit mixed with crayon smell. You ever walked into like old, not like a classroom, but you walked in like a Sunday school class for kids.
Yeah, it's just that
it's just something.
And it's
waxy.
Wax.
Yeah. But musty fruit with wax, but not wax fruit. Remember that?
I got a lot of oak on the nose of this. It smells like you just cut down a dead oak tree in your yard.
And I want number 4.
Number 4. That's what we should have done. Should have brought a deck of cards. I think I know which one this one is.
I've said that for every one of them. Been proven damn wrong. I know we said we're not guessing, but I'm gonna guess just to see how bad I was.
I'll try to guess. Yeah. This is a very bright, like citrusy, tangy summer fruit. Little oak on the end.
I get like strawberry and like pink starburst.
Yeah.
On this one. With juicy fruit. And if it's juicy fruit, I think I know what it is, but I said that for all of them. Yep, I know what that is.
Tastes like it smells. Not a lot of char. Nice spice mint palate. Went down smooth.
All right, I think I know what that one is. So
we've made our notes.
Without saying what you think they are.
Because I had 2 that really stood out to me, and it was this one. Which was like a nice sweeter bourbon, and this one. Which was a nice peppery bourbon. Can I have 2 first places? Because it really depends on what mood I'm in.
So, these are the 2 I liked the most. They are in that order. I still kept them in the same order. Yeah. I liked this one and this one. If I were to pick one to drink on a day on more than one occasion, I'd pick this one. The one I least liked was the second one.
Okay.
And then third place was okay. For my stab, McKenna, Bulleit, Russell's, Eagle Rare.
Close.
What did I get wrong?
So in your far right glass, Bulleit 10-year.
I like the Bulleit 10-year the most. Okay.
Or
second most.
In your second glass, the St. Augustine, McKenna.
Okay.
In the Bourbon Steward glass, Russell's 10.
I got that right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in your last glass was Eagle Rare.
Okay. So I'm
not too shabby.
I'm impressed. So, as much as I shit on Eagle Rare, I will say this though, the bourbon flavors that I don't particularly care for did not do well.
That's true.
But anyway, yeah.
Because what was your least favorite?
Actually, I think my least favorite was the McKenna.
Yeah.
Technically. My least favorite was the McKenna, but I thought it was Bulleit.
So I'm gonna make a call. I'm gonna put my number 4 first, just because it had more flavor to it. It had a little bit more depth and complexity than the number 2, but these are my 2 favorites. So number 4, number 2, number 1, and then number 3. Number 3 was that weird toothpick flavor. So,
all right, what's on your glass? What's on your
should I guess first? I'm not.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Can I guess?
Sorry.
I think in my homemade Airy Strength whiskey Glencairn was Bulleit 10-year.
No.
Okay. Well, the rest of these are probably gonna be wrong then. In my Bulleit, Russell's Reserve 10.
Yep.
Okay. Far right, the Barterhouse, McKenna.
Nope.
Which means Moonrise is not Eagle Rare.
Right.
Okay, so what was my number 1?
What was your number 1?
The Airy Strength whiskey.
The Airy Strength whiskey was Henry McKenna Bottled in Mind.
Son of a bitch.
What was your second place?
Bulleit.
That was Russell's 10.
Okay.
And then Eagle Rare was in your Barterhouse.
Okay.
And then the Bulleit 10 was the other one.
You know, I remember drinking the Bulleit 10 by itself and getting a lot of smokiness to it, which I didn't mind then. And again, I liked all of these. Interesting.
So I picked my favorite third.
You did, yeah.
And you picked
what I thought I was here to shit on as my first favorite.
There you go.
Henry McKenna, I know I've said it a couple times, was the bourbon that brought me into bourbon.
Yep.
So, how fun.
All right.
Well, that was fun. 10-year bourbons have a lot to offer. It's kind of the sweet spot of age and complexity and price to where you're not shelling out a lot for just liquor. These are 4 really good 10-year bourbons. Are they all worth the hype that they get?
Only one of these I don't think I would buy again. And I would say that was McKenna.
Yeah.
I thought it was just it had that back spice. I remember the second one I had, it was the back spice that kind of got me. That was like, see, the Bulleit that I had that I thought that was McKenna was tannicky, but it wasn't like bad. The McKenna for me was it hit too much tannic on the back, like it was staying on the front, and then it was kind of like sour.
Well, and I had
bitter oak.
So you started with Bulleit.
Yep.
So I had my Bulleit after my sweet ass Russells. So I think maybe that's why it was. Again,
I was impressed with the nose on that Bulleit.
Yeah,
they had the best nose of the bunch for me.
There's just different strokes for different folks. And you guys at home may do the same thing and get something completely different. And if you do, let us know. Let us know what came out on top.
So Eric,
yes,
where can they find us?
Find us on Instagram. It is at Eric's_drink_whiskey. You can also find us on Facebook. We tend to do a lot of cross-posting, so you'll see the same stuff on both. The Facebook page is, as you might have guessed, Eric's Drink Whiskey. The other advantage of Facebook is with it and YouTube every Sunday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live with Sunday Evening Sippin'. It is about as hot a mess as you would think it is. It's just me and Eric drinking whiskey, and we got a lot of friends that pop in. And
it's been catching up,
chatting with us through the comments. So join us every Sunday 6:30 Eastern. Obviously, you're on YouTube watching us. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, be sure you know when we have videos drop. And then last but certainly not least, we're blowing up the airwaves with a podcast.
Yes. We are on Shout Engine and Apple Podcasts. We are EDW NCF. So if you want to hear the inner working ramblings of what Eric and I do when we're trying to put together a 15-minute video, it's usually about 40, but 15 after we cut it down. We've got everything put onto those podcasts. It's EDW, that stands for Eric's Drink Whiskey. NCF, non-chill filtered. So you get to hear all the crazy theories and rumors and just shenanigans that we've heard over what we were doing. If you're interested in something like that, just for a little bit more, check it out.
But this has been fun. I'm glad we finally got around to doing this. I'm glad we got to do it in person.
Yeah.
But until next time, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers.